In the world of One Piece, there are no shortage of villains, believe me, each villain possessing their own unique abilities and powers. But have you ever wondered who actually are the most powerful villains in the show? Well, you're about to find out, because I'm going to rank every major villain in a list from the weakest to the absolute strongest. And by the way, if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to like the video and consider subscribing, as it really does help out the channel a lot. And without further ado, here are the 5 strongest villains in One Piece. Starting off with the main man himself, Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. Now, Sakazuki is a tricky one, as Oda said he has the most destructive devil fruit in all of One Piece. But here's where it gets tricky, as his most destructive devil fruit was somehow stopped by pre-time skip Jinbei. So, and I know that was 2 years ago, he's probably way stronger since then, as he's now the Fleet Admiral. But just ask yourself, is that really true? In 2 years, Luffy went from a well-known degenerate to a mythical god. Blackbeard went from a warlord to an emperor, and Sakazuki spent the entire time doing absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. There wasn't one thing this man did for an entire 2 years. Sure, he fought Aokiji and beat him to become the Fleet Admiral, but just really think about this for a second. Sakazuki spent an entire 10 days fighting Aokiji. Garp beat Aokiji to the curb and back in about a minute flat, and Garp still lost the fight to Blackbeard's crew, not even Blackbeard himself. But Sakazuki still deserves some credit, as he also possesses the ability of Haki, both observation and armament. But he does not possess Conqueror's Haki, but we won't rule out the possibility of him unlocking it at a later stage. Like, when you put everything in paper, Sakazuki is just being outdone again and again and again. I don't necessarily want to put him in last place, but come on, he hasn't really done anything. If you know something, anything to potentially help his case, let me know down in the comments. But for now, we gotta put him in last place on this list. Next up, we have the strongest swordsman in the world, Hawkeye Mihawk. And yes, I already know what you're thinking, how dare you put the literal strongest swordsman in second to last place. But just hear me out. There is no doubt Hawkeye is strong. Not even strong, but the strongest, as that's quite literally his name. But the key here is that he's the strongest swordsman, not the strongest full stop, as that title belongs to someone else, who we will get to later on in this video. But I also intend to rank each contender on this list by taking into consideration everything they have. This includes their weapons, their devil fruits, their alliances, and their subordinates. Now, the reason why I'm putting Hawkeye in second to last place is because, well, he doesn't have that much going for him. Sure, he's a member of Cross Guild, but all jokes aside, Buggy ain't doing squat. And even though Mihawk has him by the balls, he's not really too much help. But the other founder of Cross Guild, Crocodile, changes things, but not very much. Sure, Crocodile is strong, but compared to the other members on this list, if it comes down to a fight, I don't think Crocodile is strong enough to make that much of a difference, especially when compared to the other people on this list. So really, it's kinda just Mihawk by himself. But don't underestimate him, as there's a reason why he's on this list, despite having absolutely nothing except for his own strength, which is extremely commendable, by the way, as everyone else has their devil fruits, their subordinates, their allies. But no, Mihawk is here with nothing but his sword. And sure, his sword is good, well, not just good, but maybe the best. Yoru, a supreme grade black bladed sword, capable of cutting down anything in his path. But another thing to consider is that Mihawk also possesses his Haki. Mihawk fought the Emperor of the Sea, red-haired Shanks, to a standstill, as it's still, even to this day, unclear who actually won that fight. But Shanks is literally known as the killer of observation Haki, and to fight someone like that, well, not just to fight, but potentially might have beaten, Mihawk's gotta be wielding some serious Haki. Although it's not directly confirmed that he possesses Conqueror's Haki, I think that it's totally unreasonable to think that he doesn't have it. But hey, I could be wrong. And that's why I'm placing Mihawk in 4th place. Moving on to the mystery man himself, Blackbeard. Now, Blackbeard is strong, there's no question. Not only did he brutally murder his crewmate Tatch to get one of the most overpowered devil fruits, the Dark Fruit, or the Yami Yami no Mi, but he then went and did the same thing to the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, and took his devil fruit too, which is arguably even more overpowered. the Tremor fruit. Now, not only is Blackbeard insanely overpowered, being the first person ever that we know of to eat 2 devil fruits, but he also possesses Haki. He possesses the ability to utilize both observation and armament Haki. Now, like Mihawk, it's not directly confirmed that he possesses Conqueror's Haki, but as I stated with Mihawk previously, it would be completely unreasonable to think that he doesn't have it, or won't unlock it later on in the future. And on top of all of this, his Haki, his 2 crazy devil fruits, he also has his entire crew, the Blackbeard Pirates, who consist of the most evil pirates in the world, that he personally went and broke out of Impel Down. Blackbeard's crew consists of extremely skilled individuals, all with the power of the devil fruits, like Van Augur, the crew's sniper with the ability to teleport, Jesus Burgess, the crew's helmsman, who can get as strong as he likes, Shiryu, the second ship captain with the ability to literally turn invisible, Alvaro Pizarro, who can turn himself into an entire island with the flick of his wrist, Lafitte, the navigator, whose powers are actually unknown, but he mysteriously has wings, so you can leave your theories down in the comments section. This guy's definitely a mystery. And Katarina Devon, who has a mythical Zoan devil fruit, which not only grants her immense power and strength, but also grants her the ability to shapeshift into anyone she wants. San Juan Wolf, who ate the big fruit, allowing him to grow even bigger than a giant. Vasco Shot, who ate the Gulp fruit, allowing him to fully manipulate alcohol. Doc Q, the doctor, who ate the Sick fruit, allowing him to spread any disease he likes upon his enemies. And last but certainly not least, Aokiji. Yes, the same man who fought the fleet admiral for 10 days straight, who ate the Ice fruit, allowing him to fully control and manipulate ice. You're probably asking, how the hell did Blackbeard manage to recruit such powerful devil fruit users into his crew? Well, along with the power to eat multiple devil fruits, Blackbeard mysteriously also possesses the ability to steal devil fruits from other users and give them to people, and that's exactly what he did. Now, it's still unconfirmed how the hell he managed to do this, but Blackbeard's strength is just off the charts. With this crew and the strength Blackbeard possesses himself, he becomes one of the most powerful people in the world, and it's because of this that he manages to claim his spot as number 3 on this list. Moving on to someone who is known as the strongest creature in the world, Kaido, the Emperor of the Sea and the King of the Beasts. Now, unlike most people, Kaido is a jack of all trades and a master at every single one of them. Not only is Kaido from a special race called the Oni, granting him immense power, but he also ate a mythical Zoan devil fruit, which allows him to turn into a flying and fire-breathing dragon. But that's not all, as he also possesses every single type of Haki, including Advanced Conqueror's Haki and Future Sight, as well as possessing his 3 commanders, who all have bounties over 1 billion berries, and one of them also just so happens to be a Lunarian. Kaido is the definition of strong incarnate. I mean, he was literally known as the strongest creature in the world. But that's not all. As the supreme commander of the Beast Pirates, he rules over 20,000 men and almost 500 devil fruit users. And to get those devil fruits, he struck a deal with the heavenly demon himself, Don Quixote do Flamingo, and made artificial devil fruits to give to his army. Sure, they only have a 50% chance of working, but that's still completely ridiculous. And within those 20,000 members, excluding the 3 commanders, he also commands a special force known as the Toby Ropo, with each member having a bounty of hundreds of millions of berries. Kaido served as a member of the Rocks Pirates, the pirate crew who ruled over the seas as the strongest pirate crew ever. Kaido served alongside other extremely strong figures like Big Mom, Shiki the Golden Lion, and even Whitebeard himself, giving him the advantage in almost every fight due to his experience being around heavy hitters such as those. Honestly, the only way this man could be defeated would be if the Sun God himself were to come down to the earth and start throwing hands. During the raid on Onigashima, Kaido fought and defeated an entire army of minks, Odin's retainers, 5 supernova pirates, his own child Yamato, who also ate a mythical Zoan devil fruit and beat the main character Luffy 3 times, and then almost beat him again when he reincarnated as the Sun God. Joy Boy, but unfortunately Luffy did manage to defeat him in the end, and Kaido did all of this whilst holding up the entirety of Onigashima with his devil fruit powers. But honestly, to be fair, if Kaido were to lose to anyone, it would be Luffy, the Sun God. I personally believe that there isn't any other pirate who could have taken him down, not even Blackbeard. I truly believe that if Kaido fought Blackbeard or any other pirate, he would come out on top 100% of the time. I mean, the guy is just too strong. The only exception to this would be maybe Shanks, but that's a question for another day. So after reviewing Kaido and his feats, I stand firm in my decision that he deserves his rightful spot as the second strongest on this list. Next up, the first person on our list, and the strongest villain in One Piece without a doubt, has to be the mysterious character known as Imu. Now this is complicated. Imu possesses some sort of devil fruit or some sort of power, as we saw in this scene with Sabo, but it hasn't been revealed yet. Heck, we still haven't even seen Imu's face yet. But I'm placing Imu at number 1 solely off his reputation and the power he holds as the secret ruler of the entire world. As not only does Imu have the entirety of the navy under his command, but he also controls the Holy Knights, who include members of immense strength like Shamrock, Shanks' brother or twin, whose sword alone has the power of Cerberus, the creature who guards the gates of hell. The Seraphim, who are genetically engineered clones of the past 7 warlords, who all have unimaginable strength. Cypherpole, the elite task force of literal assassins like Rob Lucci, who managed to put up a relatively decent fight against Luffy in Gear 5. And the Gorosei, the 5 elders of the world, who all possess, like Imu, some sort of devil fruit ability, which by the way are completely broken, as Luffy, even in Gear 5th, couldn't really manage to hurt a single one of them. And Imu has full control over the Gorosei, like we saw at the end of the Egghead arc, where he murdered Saturn in cold blood for failing in Egghead from halfway across the world. And that's not all, as he also possesses an ancient weapon capable of decimating an entire country in the blink of an eye. Imu's strength is not only terrifyingly insane, but his strength truly befitting of the secret ruler of the world. And that is why I'm labeling Imu as the strongest villain in One Piece. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel so I can continue making videos just like this one. And I'll see you in the next one.